And, they didn't come out until after the fact, but it kind of
That's true.
was a little bit of incentive. I don't know what it is about the female gender and gay people.
Yeah, that's I do
They kind of
I wanna explore that.
it's an interesting yeah, it's an interesting pair that always seems to click for some reason. I never got it.
Yeah, we should probably do a documentary on that. To be honest, that's an interesting topic. I know a lot of people are
No, it
searching.
is. We definitely should, because man,
Got you. Yeah, YouTube was an interesting place. Uh, but yeah, speaking of interesting things, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Last Podcast. Hopefully, this podcast will be interesting to you and keep you entertained for the next however long this podcast goes. Um, my name is Brooks,
my name is
and the
Terrence.
other two members are completely disappeared from this plane of Earth. They are no
Maybe
longer.
they went into the galaxy hurricane
Yeah,
that's above
they're
us.
in the shadow realm right now. I don't know what happened. Maybe
We also
they.
have the rhythm bot in here.
Oh yeah, the rhythm bot. What's up, bro? What was I about to say? Oh yeah, make sure you check us out on YouTube, Spotify, every single other podcast platform that you know of. Because if you know a podcast platform or a media platform, we're probably there. I'm not sure if we're on SoundCloud, to be honest. Um,
We're not. We're probably not on
yeah, I don't think we're on
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. But yeah, Spotify, all the really important ones. You know.
Right. All the ones that you may use. Apple Music, Spotify. I know there's a big clash on that. Maybe we'll do a lot on that one day, but
Mm,
that's not what we're focused on. We are focused more on more social media based things,
yes,
such as
yes.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and just the whole coming of that. Remember when Facebook was actually kind of cool?
Yo, I don't know why one of my friends still uses like Facebook religiously.
Old people use Facebook now.
That's what I'm
People,
saying.
people, people in their like upper 20s still use Facebook.
Yeah, I mean like, cause that's kind of like that was like the big platform when they were growing up. Like there wasn't really Instagram or Twitter. It was just like my mom has Facebook, and because like I had to follow my friends on there so I can keep in touch with them through middle school. But then like when it get to high school, that's when like Instagram started popping off, I guess. And just like of course like the whole the church groups, all those little thingies.
RIP to Cake. It's not a dead thing. I just don't use it anymore.
It's dead. No, it's dead.
No, people still use it. People still use it. It's not
Nah,
dead.
it's
It's dead to us.
nah. It's the half of the bot. No, all of the bots don't even work anymore. It's a place where people go to sell and trade nudes and stuff. It's not a cool place.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's not. It's not very kosher.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but
Even it's bad even when the bots leave.
yeah,
But
exactly. Like the bots had like nah.
isn't that it just it's a piece of history gone.
Yeah,
I wish they would just shut down the app then.
I heard I heard that they did, but then like I looked on the Play Store and it's still there. It's like oh well, I guess it's not gone. I remember one day in seventh grade, one of my seventh grade teachers she followed like all the students on Kick. It was like oh well can't use this app anymore. We've been found. Abort mission. Abort mission.
Isn't that illegal? Teachers can't do that.
I man, she was crazy.
They get into a lot of legal trouble for that actually.
Yeah, I wish I knew that before because
That's
I would have been
I
fired.
really
Yeah.
I know that from like a lot of cool teachers who social media I tried to get. It's yeah, they get in like legal trouble for that.
Damn.
Yeah, you missed out on that, buddy. I'm sorry,
Bro,
but
she could have been going. But well, all right. So first of all, what's your stance on social media? Like, what? How has it impacted your life? How has it like? Do you think it's a positive impact, negative impact? What's your overall stance on it?
I have a very negative outlook on social media.
Mm,
As you may personally know, I don't even have like a close friends anymore. I don't post on my social media. I really only kind of use it for like memes and entertainment just to kind of get me through the day.
hmm
If it weren't for that, honestly, don't even think I would have it. I could say like it's pretty good for communication too, but so are messages. So, I mean,
mm,
what are you gonna do?
that's valid. I my relationship with social media is pretty mixed because at one point I like it because I used to like entertainment and I do use it as a pretty good messaging platform just because like people don't want green bubbles and they discriminate against the androids. Uh,
Yes, they do.
yeah, it's kind of messed up. And I'm just trying to man, androids are the biggest cock block ever.
Why do
But
you, I got an iPhone when we started high school specifically for a reason. I was like, if I want friends, there is no other way this is happening.
yeah,
Green messages be damned.
yeah. But yeah, I just cause I when like middle school and stuff I used Kick, I used Snapchat in middle school. I'm not sure. No, I didn't. I did not. I because I got my first Snapchat. Um, my old friend who goes to one of our county schools. She helped me set up my first Snapchat, which is pretty cool. So I didn't really get into social media until freshman year, basically. I didn't. Well, I had an Instagram when I was 10, but then I deleted it. And then I started Instagram and like I actually like got on Instagram. I think it was either the January 1st of 2019 or 2018. I'm gonna guess 2018. Yeah, most of 2018. That's when my kind of my journey started. And
Uh,
my view on it is like it's good for entertainment. It's good for messaging, but the effect that it had on society overall, it's move. I don't want to say it's necessarily good or bad, but it's definitely changed it drastically, which is what we're here to talk about today on today's podcast.
so let's start with the basics. Let's start kind of simple. It's elementary school for us. By this point, Facebook is already kind of out.
Hmm.
Instagram exists, but nobody's really paying attention to it too much yet. I don't know where Twitter was yet. I don't think it was made.
Not sure.
And it's the good old days, you know. Skype is for people with money, and if you don't have money, you use Uvu. If you don't use Uvu, you probably just talk to people on the phone and you don't video chat with them at all.
Hmm.
I remember a good couple times I've Uvu'd you over there, Mr. Man,
Yeah, yeah, I do
around
remember
the
that.
third grade. It was it was a very simple
Or it
time.
was what you call it. It was called Tango too. I
There
think.
was Tango too,
Yeah.
yes. There were two of them. Oh man. What a company that was. And I think that was really where social media for me kind of started. It was always trying to be in communication with people. I didn't really have like a traditional phone. I kind of had an iPod, so I had to do what I had to do to kind of get my way around. Whether that was be like download the Text Now app, which I didn't know was the Text Now app until like nowadays, or like doing other things like getting like a bootleg of WhatsApp. Just trying to do things to like have a phone without having a phone because I like the fact that my mother was strict about me not having one right away, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna do the same.
Hmm. Understandable. Yeah. For like I didn't have like a phone. Like I didn't have a smartphone until I'm not even sure when. Because I always had the well, my first phone was of course like a flip phone. I think it was some type of Motorola. It wasn't a Razor, but it was some type of Motorola. I had a really cool soccer game on there. It was pretty cool. I just like because I got that when I got into when I first went into first grade, just in case anything went wrong, I can just call my mom or whatever. And then I moved on to like the sliding phones. If you consider that a smartphone, then yeah, sure. I had my first smartphone. I was in third grade. Where you can text people on there. Just like it was a phone, just like slide like at the touchscreen, and it just like slid up for the keyboard.
It's nice because I can relate to this. I went through all these phases with you, Mister. I had a flippy. I think I had a Motorola. If it wasn't a Motorola, it was like a Key Key Kayana, something like that.
I think I know what you're
Whatever the
talking about.
company is. Yeah, or one of those, and then yeah, I ended up getting a sliding phone, and I would get like my minutes. Oh, minutes! What a concept! I used to have to spend my minutes on songs. I would never forget when they made me like 200 minutes on some Little Wayne 6 7 foot song, and it was only for like 15 seconds. And I used it as my ringtone proudly because I was like, damn it, if I'm gonna spin these Johns and not be able to talk to nobody, I'm at least listen to 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, for 15 seconds on loop. Yes.
Bro, people
Yup.
people who had customized ringtones were elite. Or like people always
And
had
I
like
was
the
trying to get up there, man. I was
or
like, I'm not gonna be caught lacking.
yeah, that was lit. Because I think when I was in elementary school, like fifth grade and end of fifth grade and beginning of sixth grade, I guess that's when I had like like actual phone. And during that time, I got really into like Percy Jackson, the whole fandom, everything online on Instagram and stuff like that. So
Right.
you know what? Oh, actually no, never. Before that, actually, Vine was a big thing in like third, fourth, and fifth grade. Was it fourth? It might have been just fourth and fifth grade because it came out in 2012. So I was kind of there for like the genesis of Vine. It was pretty amazing. I think I might be able to find a couple of them that I still have. I remember I went to we were filming like in like after school. Well, not you, but you weren't. I don't think you were there for that. Filming after school and like graduation parties and stuff for fifth grade. So of course you went there for that.
No, yeah.
But yeah, like end of fifth grade, beginning of sixth grade, I got really into like the Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus fandoms on Instagram. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my first Instagram. I didn't tell my mom about this because I knew she wouldn't approve of it, and she didn't. 'Cause, like when she found out that I had one, she made me delete it. But like in the course of like I mean probably like 2 days.
Yeah.
Of course, like 2 days, I gained like 200, 300
You said
followers. Huh?
your first one was which one again?
What?
Oh, I was asking what was the first social media account that you ever got?
That I ever got? It had to be I guess Vine. Like yeah, I guess Vine. Like that's like I like excluding like Tango and all like the other like kind of like message apps. That was the first like social media was Vine.
No,
Uh
so okay, you said you had to delete.
oh,
That's what I was asking.
I had to
Then
delete
he came of
Instagram,
it.
but in middle school,
Yeah, what was it called?
I'm not sure. I think I can't even find the account. Um,
I can't hear you at all, actually.
okay, let's. All right, I'm gonna leave and come back, and you do the same. All right. Does it sound better now?
Alright. Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, sorry for that little hiccup right there. Technical difficulties, of course. Of course, we can't record these podcasts in person because of coronavirus, and our transportation is limited to skateboards and walking. Um, but yeah, my first my first social media was Vine. I didn't really post on there except for like a couple of videos with friends, and that was it. Then in the beginning of middle school, I got Instagram, and I told you like I was into the Percy Jackson fandom. Like so, I like okay, cool. I'll join Instagram. I was 10 years old at the time. Yeah, so I was like like in the beginning of middle school, and I gained like over the course of like maybe like 2 or 3 days, I gained like 300 followers just from like following people and just like reposting people's stuff. I don't know why, but that's like one of my biggest accomplishments in my life.
Not in my life.
My
I did the stark opposite. I downloaded Facebook, and I made my account, and that's where my fake name originates from my Facebook account.
mm,
And it's still up there. You can look up the name, and you'll see like a 10-year-old me with a cigar and like a fake
I remember
mustache.
that photo. I remember that photo.
Y- Yeah, I'm sure you do. I've never forgotten it, and I've never changed it either. It's still there, and that's where it'll sit forever for the rest of its life. I still get emails from Facebook, but for me, I used Facebook, but I didn't.
Mm,
I didn't really post pictures. I just kind of used it to see what other people were talking about, and it was just family nonsense. It didn't happen until my grandmother died, in the April of fifth grade, I want to say, where I got into my own little online friendship of my own in fifth grade, and I downloaded Anime Amino,
Mm-hmm. Oh
which,
yeah.
by the way, is a it's a cancerous app now. I don't recommend anybody go there. I I don't recommend anybody make an account. Not now. It's too late. The good times are gone. I ended up actually hating it so much I migrated to like the company's other platform, Virtual Space, but I'm not there anymore either. Which is why I'm just gonna put them on blast.
Mm.
I don't exist on their plane, so yeah. Good stuff though. Um, yeah, I started like talking to people, got on Anime Amino, talked about anime. I got into the idea of like just being good friends with people I didn't know and finding like common interest and just kind of growing as a group, finding more people to like expand with us and chat with. And it was a good time. It was a good community. I'm still friends with a lot of them too.
Nice.
Shout out to my boy Dupree in the army right now.
Stay safe. They be crazy out here.
It be crazy out here.
But yeah, that's kind of our origin of social media. And like, as Terrence said with the anime amino thing, it started out like pretty calm. You know, everybody was kind of I'm not gonna say everybody, but the experience with social media was kind of calm. Like you had like different communities, you had different things, and I never jumped onto Tumblr or any of those other popular things. I kind of just stuck to. I didn't even go to Instagram because after I deleted Instagram, I never really got it again until 2018. I was kind of like offline for a while. Um, like, but that's both a good. Well, nah, that's not even a bad thing. That's 100% a good thing because after after I deleted Instagram and all that, that's probably like the beginning, middle sixth grade, beginning of seventh grade. That's year 2015. I'm guessing.
Think so.
Yeah, just about
For wait, well, for what grade?
like end of sixth grade, beginning of seventh grade.
Yeah, that's about 2014, 15.
2015, because yeah, because we graduated fifth grade 2014. So yeah, 2015. And I think that's kind of like when everything started going downhill with social media. I'm like I'm guessing because I wasn't on social media for a while, but I can remember when I came back to social media, everyone had it, and it was just like it like during that time span, like a whole bunch of crap changed. Like it was so much influence. It was so much. It was everyone had it. It was so much influence, a lot of pressure. It was a lot of everything on there. Like instead of these small communities, like there were bigger communities, and there were communities, and there was like just like one giant like cult fan base of a of a of a platform. Like you have your Snapchats, you have your Instagram, and sometimes people didn't have multiple. Sometimes people only had one.
True. And they made it very limited to communicate with them too.
Yep. Cause like, oh, you have see like, yo, you have Snapchat. Like, nah, I got Instagram. It's like, that's not gonna work out. It's like,
Not the one that I'm on.
yeah, it's like,
All right, well, I guess I'll see you around or whatever, and then that would kind of be like the end of that.
yeah, basically. And of course,
But
cake was a thing too. But yeah,
yeah, kick was like fifth grade, and then it very quickly died
yeah, it came and went.
mid sixth grade.
Yeah,
I
it
want to
came and went
say.
definitely.
And you know what the most annoying thing was? Getting a new phone
Mm,
and then trying to sign into Kick, and then
yeah,
it just like auto deletes all your messages, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like Jesus, man. I still have my contacts, but I don't remember what I was talking about.
Damn.
Oh man,
S-
very shady of Kick
Damn.
to do,
Sounds like
if I
a
do say myself.
sounds like a familiar app that we all know. You know, the one with the yellow icon with the little white ghost.
Uh,
I don't know why they still have that feature. Snapchat, I'm calling you out. Take away the feature that deletes chats. It's useless.
Instagram just invented
Yeah, I
Vanish.
know. Yeah, I know. Like you slide up, it's like vanish mode. It's like what the heck is this? Vanish mode. Like you're just asking for trouble.
You really
You know
are.
how many people gonna get
I wonder
cheated
how.
on, bro? You know how many people gonna
That's what I'm saying.
like?
I wonder how many people
She's like,
got cheated on already,
she's
bro.
like, oh, let me check your phone. Swipe up. Like what? What?
The only solace you have is that if you catch them within 48 hours,
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
when it disappears. But it's like, geez, man, you're really putting me on thin ice here.
Like God, all I want was a relationship. I was a loyal relationship. And you invented vanish mode. He said, I'm going ghost. Then he phantom type wave.
Boom, 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 boom.
Damn. But yeah. So during the time period, I want to say from 2015 to 2020 is when social media kind of like really popped off. Everyone started getting it. Now, how much do you think has changed on social media from 2015 to 2021? That's a 6 year difference.
That's a too much has changed.
Hmm.
Too much has changed.
I want to start off by saying we had a podcast on this. I'm not sure if it was recently, but like with the whole influencers thing, like social media influencers. Um, but I want to say like social media influencers and stuff like that. They really became a thing when YouTube popped off. Like because during like the not I won't say the super old days, but like kind of like the second tier phase of YouTube. I think it's probably like in tier 3 or 4 right now. Like in the second tier phase of YouTube, when people start getting really popular, like when a million subscribers was, it was common, but not like super common like today. People were able to build big fan bases, and they started to carry those fan bases to other platforms like um, Snapchat was a big one for YouTubers back in the day, and I I'm, I guess Instagram. Again, I wasn't on Instagram until 2018. But I do remember that Snapchat was like, well, like YouTubers used to advertise their Snapchat, so they're like, oh yeah, you can like use my more personal relationship with me. You can watch my stories, and maybe if I can do some Q&As on Snapchat or something like that. And
Yeah,
when
maybe for you. I wasn't watching influential YouTubers like that. I was watching all the horror game channels. They weren't doing that nonsense. They were just like, hey, occasionally buy my merch. I have a Twitter, I guess, and an Instagram, but that's just gonna be in the description. All right, let's get scared. Ah!
hmm, yeah,
Happy, happy.
I was all over the place on YouTube. Yeah,
Mm.
and especially like the influencers who got big just off of Instagram, because Instagram became like an entirely different vibe once Facebook bought it and became more popular. Because then
Yeah.
people realized that like, oh, if I they started they then that's when they started to figure out that there's an algorithm to all this, and they got to like, oh, like if I post this kind of picture, then more people will like it. If more people like it, then I'll get more followers. If I get more followers, I might be able to get brand deals, and then et cetera, et cetera. You know what happens, and people go down that road.
And now you can't escape him. Like at least following 1 out of 5 meme pages
Yeah,
will be promoting like an OnlyFans all the
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
It's insane what's happening. Here we are in 2021. Instagram decided that, you know what? Instead of giving you the ability to snoop on everything everybody does, I'm going to take away the ability. I'm going to make it completely private, but I'm also not going to make it private for you because I already steal your privacy. You already get fisted by me every day, and I'm gonna directly advertise towards you. Here's a new shop tab.
yeah,
You wanna shop in here? Give me a little extra that 30%. That sweet 30% commission. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what it's all about.
yeah. Like when they did that, that was crazy. I think during late 2020, early 2021, Instagram had an update where they were basically like replaced the new post button with a shop button, like a shop button, SHOP. Sorry if I don't pronounce that very articulately, but they when they replaced that, I was like, so this is the platform that we've built over the last what 10 years. This is what we went from, like building little communities and having fun online, meeting new people, having an experience, to one like almost 100% economical gain and turning turning your personal brand into a business basically. Because that's what social media is for a lot of people today. Is turning into to your personal brand into a business. Like they want to turn their personalities into business and become influencers. Because that's the way that people see like, oh yeah, all these people are they seem to be having fun and they're making money doing it. So why don't I do it? There's nothing wrong with that. I also aspire to be something like that one day. But not so much my personality, but like the stuff that I do creatively. That's a lot of that's a very that's a very common outlook on social media nowadays. Do you agree?
Very true. Yeah, clout is a disease, kind of at this point too. Like nobody really thinks for themselves. You
Mm.
can see somebody accidentally gorilla glue something on their head, and then you go, "Ha, that's not real," and then you'll do it, and then somebody will see you two, and they'll go, "Ha, that's not real." And then the worst part of all of it is it's always been tagged the Gorilla Glue challenge.
Challenge.
And then it's like
The
everything became a
challenge.
challenge after like I don't want to say 4 years ago or so. Everything just kind of became a challenge.
Yeah, cause like, dude, like challenges. They went from like the challenges nowadays is like, oh, do a funny dance, do something that's a little bit risque, do something that's like
Back in my day,
back in my day,
when
we like
they would say do a challenge, I will hold some salt and some ice
ice
in my
exactly on your
hand,
arm.
and I would take a spoonful of cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
I say, oh, back in my day,
Nah, but
and
like
nowadays it's the Kiki challenge.
exactly. It's just like a
You
dance
doing
challenge or something like that for an easy dance that anybody can learn. But like back like they used to be actual challenges like who can actually eat the cinnamon, who could keep the ice on their arm the longest and get third-degree burns or get like hypothermic burns. Not hypothermic. Is it hypothermic? Yeah, hypothermic burns. I don't know. Cold burns.
yeah,
Um,
hypothermic.
yeah. And like
Get
and people
frostbitten.
people made a living off of that. Like people like there's one YouTuber like Glowzilla or Glowzilla, and she would do like all these like challenges, like the salt ice challenges, and she blew up off of the cinnamon challenge, and like they kind of like they kind of brought her to the public, and people really liked her because she had one of those like influencer personalities where like she was really hyper and like hyperactive and loud, and of course like just like a flamboyant character. And
And that's really all it was too. You had to be a character back then. It
yeah,
wasn't necessarily about authenticity.
yeah,
You really just had to be the loudest and the craziest and the wackiest and do all kinds of nonsense.
big example for that, PewDiePie. Like he's like, "How's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie," and a really like kind of like wacky voice, like for his intro. But now he just like starts his videos regularly like a regular person, and it's like, of course, like people do that to catch attention, and there's nothing like really wrong with it. But then keeping up that character for years and years was like what happened to PewDiePie. When he got burnt out, and then when he came back a totally different person because he realized that like if I'm going to do this for the next however long for like next couple of years, like I don't want to like be a character and have like I don't want to I want to enjoy my job. Like this is my job.
This is me.
This is
This is
real.
who I
This
am.
is me. Hey, no, Siri, I didn't call you. Okay.
And it's kind of more common for people to be a lot more laid back and like chill. even like kind of like animators, they'll like have like a lot of high energy, but then like their outro card will be like, "Hey guys, so like I know this video took a while, but like I've been chilling. All right, I'm moving. I got stuff in the works. Don't worry about it, guys. Shouts out to XYZ for animating the seatbelt in one scene. All right,
Weird.
guys, see you when I see you. Bada boom, and then they disappear, and everybody's like, okay, cool. It's not necessarily the same, but kids channels did get more cancer and weird. Elsa Gate is a thing.
Kids channels?
Kids channels.
Oh yeah, most def.
Elsa Gate is a was an interesting time, and then YouTube decided at one point, first let's be family friendly, and then they said now things are too family friendly.
That's see the one gripe that I have with YouTube is like, why make a separate platform for kids if you want your main platform to also be family friendly?
So they can
Please,
filter that content,
Susan,
and they
please
don't
answer
have to
me.
actually so they don't have to make a brand new app, and they could just make that like a branch off, kind of like how Facebook is just um the main app to Instagram.
No, I mean then because they made YouTube Kids. Like they literally have
I
YouTube
know, I
Kids.
know, and it's like a whole separate app, yeah, but it kind of just tunnels in information from YouTube. They don't really work too hard for that.
Yeah,
They
like
just kind of filter things on their main site, and then it just trickles down into that. Whatever gets marked for kids just shows up on that platform, and they really don't have to do too much work. It just makes things easier so kids don't accidentally see something.
I don't know about that because like I think it would be a lot. They would have been better off just like doing the what you call it making keeping YouTube Kids and like just setting an algorithm to filter like just put up a firewall of what goes to YouTube Kids and what doesn't go to YouTube Kids instead of making their main platform like family friendly and like
And
just
they could, but they won't,
yeah
and
they're making it hard for
they
themselves because they have to
don't.
deal with complaints and stuff like that.
But let's not even just talk about that. Let's also talk about the fact of how it's actually affecting society on a real scale. Because nowadays, yeah, you'd say the YouTube Kids thing, but some people don't even have the decency to go on to YouTube Kids and download it. Mommy just hands the kid the iPad and just lets them sit there and expect like them to just quiet down. And it's getting to a point where it's like we're a little too dependent. Well, I'm not. Society is a little too dependent on various social media platforms and even forms that aren't social media because social media is actually starting to become a dying fad. Now everything's starting to become about streaming as the
I don't know
entertainment
about
industry gets its kind of renaissance.
no
And
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I only say this because of Instagram also adding reels. You could say it was because of TikTok, but all the TikTokers are kind of streaming too. They put out music, they put out videos, they expand their platform. Everything just kind of leads back to the big scale of mass media.
Yeah, I would say that. Well, one a lot of TikTokers started streaming. One because of Corp's husband, of course, that was a big thing. But before that, some people were just like they just like gaming and they just like oh let's go to
Oh, I don't
Twitch.
mean literal streaming, but that is a bonus. I mean like streaming on YouTube, streaming on like music platforms,
Oh yeah,
streaming in literally every way imaginable.
yeah, but that's just like the entertainment. That's just the like the whole entertainment industry. Like you if you do podcasting, you're going to probably start doing YouTube or vice versa. If you do YouTube, oh, I might want to be like a might want to start doing a little bit of music. Might want to start doing a little bit of might want to make a gaming channel. Oh, how about I can record my gaming channel videos on Twitch, so I can have another platform right there. It's all about having multiple sources of income, so you don't have to work. So you don't have to work a part-time job because a lot of people don't go to college once they get like a little bit of oh snap this whole social media influencer thing is kind of kicking off. Maybe I should not go to
Kind of
college so I can
working
focus on
out
this. But like, bro,
and go
those
to Japan
videos,
and record a dead body.
those videos were like the stupidest things I've heard in my entire life. Like, oh, yeah, guys, I quit my job so I can become a full-time YouTuber. Like, what? Like, what if one day this entire thing just disappears? like, oh well, my Patreon. Like, no, who's gonna buy your merch? Who's gonna see your videos? Why would they keep paying for your Patreon if you're not putting up content?
Yikes.
And you quit your job, what you were making. This guy was a guys walk like a he was like a software engineer or something, making bank. He was like, you know what, this whole YouTube
A
thing.
software engineer for an adpoc. But you know what? This was all before the apocalypse. You don't see many videos like that anymore.
No, yeah, you don't see me.
People ought
Yeah,
to
yeah,
know to keep their second job these
yeah, exactly. They're
days.
smarter. Like, but like back in like almost like 6 years ago, maybe even less. They were like, all right,
But
guys.
YouTube was kind of
But not
stable.
everything's about the money like that though. Like, what if they just want to do YouTube to do YouTube? Like, what if that's just they enjoy it better than their
But
job?
if
Like, not like
you gotta pay bills
okay,
though. No, no, you good.
understandable,
If
but
you
it could work though. Like,
It
people
could
could
no,
people do pay bills off of
that's
YouTube.
what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like
but
back then, it was
anything
more
could work.
stable.
Like,
Back then, yeah, it was definitely more stable. I
back
can
then.
definitely agree with you on that. I don't think it was stupid back then because if you were at a point where you were possibly able to make, I want to say bare minimum for my threshold to quit, I would have to be making my monthly rent two times within a month
Yeah, yeah,
for me to ever decide to quit. If you're at the very least making that, you could go, okay, well, if this doesn't work out, I could say I was. Well, shit, you can't really write YouTuber. You can now, but before that was also kind of
yeah,
risky.
because like a lot of bro, the amount of companies who have like they that's why I say like it's not necessarily a good or bad thing, but it definitely changed the world basically. Because like being having an amount of followers on social media and having like a little bit of influence on social media, that will determine you getting a job and you not getting a job. It depends on what job you want. Like it depends on like because like it determines like a bunch of your personalities on social media if you're like if you have a lot of followers and if you're actually doing social media and like they look through your social media like, oh, okay, this person's pretty cool. They see the influence you have, like, oh, well, if they promote our brand, like we can get like probably like a few more, you can increase sales a little bit. They can be like, oh, you're the head of the social media team now. All these jobs they're looking for people who like you put on your resume, social media influencer or efficient in social media or something like that. You know, and that's like that's a hard that's a not a hard skill. It's technically a soft skill, but that's like a hard hitting skill that people put on their resumes nowadays.
True. Got to be able to network. Got to be able to expand. Got to be able to promote.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
It's like
times change every year.
yeah,
Nobody saw like look, pandemic changed everything.
yeah,
Uh, internet changed everything. Coming back from not having war for 50 years changed everything. Not like it just times changes,
yeah,
different needs, you know. So
yeah. The pandemic definitely changed a lot, especially dealing with the internet and social media, because people realize they have all this free time because they got laid off from their job. They can't really go anywhere. So they're like, you know what? I'm gonna try to create a little bit of content on YouTube or especially TikTok, and let's see where this goes. And this is like this is the time where people like start selling stuff online when Instagram changed your little new post thing to a shopping app. Um, no, all these people just joining TikTok for the most part. That's like the big one, and taking that and running with it. More people started streaming. More people started on streaming on Twitch and YouTube. More people started taking social media a little bit more seriously because they saw that it can get you places.
yeah, and I don't necessarily that there's it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just a thing. There's ups and downs with everything,
Hmm.
especially nowadays. So like people are, but I see it as you could look at it as people are taking their life into their own hands.
Hmm.
Taking this time to develop their business ideas that they've been having for a while now, or since they have all this free time, or doing things they actually enjoy, and starting to benefit from it. So I mean that's something.
Yeah, I'll let you look at what we did. We created a whole podcast back in May
Yeah.
27th, 2020. That's when we uploaded our first episode. Uh, but yeah, 'cause it's definitely like social media is one of those things where like you can't really hate it, but you like
No.
well, I mean, well, you can hate it, but you like it has a lot of pros or cons. It can go either way. But at the end of the day, I think it's safe to say that it's here to stay. All that rhymes, bro. See this is what happens. You start posting on social media and you become a rapper. But I'm not a
I
rapper.
don't. No, I'm legitimately not a. I, well, I I think at the very least, despite how somewhat dependent society is, they're a lot more understanding of not wanting to be on social media all the time
Hmm.
and burnout. But I think that's kind of just only happening because we're in a generation that's kind of more focused on things like mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Kind of a lot of people they have to deal with issues like with their body image because they see all like the Instagram models and all that. They have to deal with like they're checking their own selves because like oh well this person is happy like all the time and like they post on Instagram every day and they have a big smile on their face. Why am I not like that? And then that's when the self diagnosing started as a whole nother crap storm.
I
That's
think self-diagnosing was always a thing.
I
It may
think
be amplified by the
it was definitely
the
amplified by
internet,
social
but
media. Like I wasn't on Tumblr, but I know enough about Tumblr where that a lot of that stuff, Tumblr was a catalyst of a lot of things uh, for a lot of for a lot of people, like for a lot of mental health things and LGBT, etc. Tumblr was like the platform, or like I don't know, because it wasn't, it was popular, but it was popular to a certain group. Like it wasn't popular like Instagram was to
true,
everybody. It was very niche. And
very true.
I do think that like self-diagnosing, which is, I mean, that was a huge thing in freaking middle school. God damn. And that it just really I think that really popped off on Tumblr, and of course it spread to other platforms.
But even,
Yeah, the internet.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely the internet, but I don't know. It's like it evolved so much, but it also did so little all at the same time.
Hmm.
For so many years, for so many layouts to kind of like be the same, it's kind of like underwhelming.
Yeah, I I don't see I don't see the internet and social media expanding far beyond what it is right now.
I say that.
Because like we kind of have everything. We have access to all the information. We have access to posting ourselves. You have like little kids know how to work Instagram and do all this other stuff. Like people who are like 5 years old. We have people who exploit their children for money. We have people who lose friends because of social media. I don't think there's really much. There's nothing else that can really like shock the world with digitally wise the way that social media and like the internet did. Of course, like 5G, like you can probably get like chips implanted in your brain, which can give you like access to social media instantly. We have a podcast on that if you want just want to check that out. It's called I forgot what it's called, but it's one of them. You might want to check that out. But
And don't promote the podcast. You don't know the name of it.
nah, I'm just like check out all of them so you can find the one that I'm talking about.
True.
Let's see what I did there. Yeah, yeah.
That's always a good idea. I mean, you should be checking them all out anyway.
But yeah, that's the reason why I don't think like social media internet can really expand much further than what it is right now.
I don't think so either. Like I said, I kind of think it's already a dying fad anyway. I think the way it's going, it's kind of developing itself to become more mass media like.
Mm. Yeah,
And
definitely.
although socialization is kind of like one of the factors behind it, whew, seeing these giants buy each other out so easily,
Hmm.
and you know they always got to keep at least always one other because otherwise it's monopolistic.
Yeah.
It's it's
At Disney.
interesting. It's definitely interesting, and I'm
I don't see it dying out.
Oh, it's definitely not
I feel
going
no,
to die
like
I'm
out.
at
I'm
the
in disagreement.
I'm at the point where I feel like maybe it's not gonna die out completely, but it's gonna die out in the sense of the way that it is now for sure. Like
Maybe.
all the TikToks and stuff like that and the reels, that's kind of the direction I feel like social media is gonna start to head in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's kind of over for like short videos or photographs and all that stuff. Like
Nah.
Instagram's
No.
already
Definitely not
kind of
that. Definitely
dying.
not that.
Nah,
Definitely not that.
it'll come back. Even if it disappears for however long it disappears, it's going to come back
It's never going.
because
It's never going to
the
disappear.
one exploit of social media is short attention span,
Yeah.
and
No, I
right
feel
now
like
we're
even
veering
Facebook
towards longer
knows.
things.
I feel like even Facebook knows. That's why they added Reels so quickly when they thought TikTok was gonna die. They kind of already know where they're at, and
Oh
they
no.
know it's a tough spot
I
because
don't think they're
people
just going to
don't.
die.
Nobody wants to read. The
Hmm.
attention span is so short that you kind of need 15-second clips. And then once you find somebody who you kind of really vibe with, even as a kid, you take the time to stop and actually pay attention when you feel like it's something that stimulates your brain.
Mm.
And that's pretty much what happens. They, yeah, start at TikTok and yeah, it's just entertainment, but that entertainment still leads into mass media and it's a
What's
rabbit hole.
what's
I see
mass?
I feel
TikTok
like
dying
it's
out
Right.
before
the
Instagram.
How do you define mass media? 'Cause you keep saying that. How do you define mass media? Because
well,
like the.
not mass media in the sense of like news broadcast, because that would be real mass media.
Hmm.
But you have to admit, YouTube is starting to become the point where it's like becoming like TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Because yeah, people
Okay.
we don't. I don't. Well, I don't have cable anymore. I just watch Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, etc.
I'm only talking about the mass media of the future.
So
Okay.
are you saying uh that like in the next like year or two, maybe 5 years, like the TikTok and other similar platforms will become mass media?
Say 10, and I want to say there'll be most of the media. It'll be basically Instagram. It'll be what Instagram is for us, for the kids. Because that's really what it is already. That's how people communicate now
On
on
TikTok, yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, I can see that.
They make videos. I mean, you gotta barely read. It's not like
Yeah,
long posts or anything. They kind of make it easily digestible. It pops up for like a second and then it disappears. Mostly just video based comedy though, and I feel like that's the direction things are kind of heading in.
I see
um,
TikTok dying out. I really do.
I
But I
don't.
understand what you're saying. I do agree with that. Like all of these streaming
People have
services and
been
junk.
people have been so starved for Vine
yeah,
since 2012 that when Musically came, they thought they almost had it. And now since TikTok is so much more freeform than what Musically ever used to be,
hmm,
ever since that Chinese company bought it out and now bought out by Walmart, it
yeah.
is insane the things that you're able to do with that. And the fact that Google is already on top of that is really smart
What did Google
because if
do?
you don't know, Google owns Walmart, dog.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad. You're right.
So the fact that Google is already on that, and on top of the fact that they already have YouTube, they're like already becoming the catalyst for the big like stream gods. That's why I'm saying it's already becoming mass media. And the fact that Facebook is taking a hint from their book and they're adding reels to their platform, and knowing that TikTok is staying and they're keeping it there, oh yeah, it's already cut. It's
I don't.
cut.
I don't think Google is going to be like the next. That they're going to have like. Well, of course, going to have a part in like the next like generation of everything. But there,
So Brooks,
there's definitely not going to be a
hold
company that's going to be like as influential as Google has been for like the last since it started.
Google is gonna start their own movie studio
Yeah,
very
the
soon.
the
I see
only
it.
the only company that I can see doing anything close to what Google has done is Amazon. But I
I
actually
was just
know
about to say that. Yeah.
maybe just maybe. Because well, actually, yeah,
I can
I
I
think they
see
will
Amazon
because
definitely. I feel no, I see them dominating the
of course,
the
of course,
the
like
shopping
yeah, of course that,
industry,
yeah, of course that,
the industrial industry, but I feel like it would be like Netflix to Hulu
hmm
between Google and Amazon. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it would kind of be like you know which one you're mostly gonna pick. Like one of them probably is cooler, has a couple more features, but the big shows don't want to go over there. They want to go to the other one.
hmm
And mm, with the Paramount versus United States Act coming to a close in August of this year, and movie studios being able to make movie theaters and
really,
like only premiere their own stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I did my civics thing on, and I learned that it's and the agreement dies this year. And since streaming has changed so much that they're not even concerned about it anymore. So when they make movie theaters and then they make their own movie studio, Big Google, and they expand and they toy around with the industry and they make more money. It's crazy. The monopolies already started. I see right through them, and they're gonna come to my house and probably try to silence me tonight. But honestly, I'm putting it out there now. Google is big tech, and
yeah,
Google's been
yeah,
big tech. They may should be shit at video games and all other things, but God, they're trying, and they're gonna get it
See,
right. They have the money to waste to get it right.
the movie theater thing is a loophole around the monopoly thing, though, because if
Exactly.
if you're producing your own things on your own platform, then it's not a monopoly. It's just yours. It's what you made.
no,
If
that's a
it's
monopoly.
popular, then it's
That's
popular.
just
But
called
No, 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 no.
that's
That's a
just called
monopoly
that's
because
just
you
called
have to.
that's
If
called
how?
vertical. That's called vertical monopoly. Like
exactly,
there's
if
just
you
like
have a, if
one
you
big
have
thing
a,
owns everything, and it splits, it branches down to smaller parts, but it's still
No,
funneling
no,
it
no,
into one
no.
thing.
no, I know what you're saying, Daniel. I'll tell you how. Because as a movie theater, it's kind of your responsibility to broadcast movies, which means all movies, not the ones just limited to the one that your company made or the company that bought out your company made, and only like barely let the other people get the scraps of it. But now since
Then wouldn't
streaming
Disney
is
Plus be
invented
a?
and no, because streaming, ha ha ha, that's the key word here. Since streaming is so big now, Disney goes up against Netflix, they
hmm
go up against Hulu, they go up against Paramount Plus, who just started, and
NBC.
they go up against NBC.
No,
They
but
go up against
that's
HBO Max.
I understand
They're
that, but like what I'm saying is Disney Plus has originals
yeah.
only.
hmm
At their if Google were to make
Movie theater.
their own
Not
right.
streaming service, I'm saying movie theater.
Right, if they were to make their own movie theater and only house their originals, what really is the difference? I mean,
That's why the agreement is dead now, you see. Because under what merit does it hold the same weight? Everybody's streaming, companies are getting bought out by the day, and they're getting added to a list of licenses that other companies can't use.
hmm
So, by this point, who's to say that you owning a movie theater and producing your own movies causes issues for you? Because you can already stream and do that same thing. Your point is valid.
That's like that's like saying like you well, like what when Wendy's makes a burger, right? That you can only get that burger at Wendy's, but McDonald's makes a similar burger. It's a little bit different, but it's a little similar. But and like you kind of got like choose, you know? Is that what you're like? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh no, not anymore.
Uh,
I'm just saying, like,
I'm trying.
since you're okay, it's like this. Let's say in a community we have 5 people, and we have a farm, right? Got a farmer, we got a medic, we got a townsperson, a lawyer, and a police officer. Okay, it's 5 people. Everybody should get 3 bread. 3 meals in a day. Makes sense. sense. Produce 15
It's
crops.
about socialism, bro.
Everybody eats. Nope, wait, I'm not talking about socialism. Now, let's say, since the farmer owns the crop, well, gee gosh dang, the police officer only has to make sure criminals don't do anything. And the medic is responsible for keeping people alive. And I make all this food, but why should I have to share? Is that fair to everybody else? No. In that case, the farmer has a monopoly on the food, which would basically be the equivalent of the farmer being the movie theater and the crops being movies that are available. Because if you can't get your movies out there, you're not getting the fullest potential fairness in getting your company and the hard work that you put out there recognized or
So
monetized or
Okay, peep
anything.
this though. Here's the questions I have about your example, right?
Hmm.
No, it wouldn't be fair. It's two things I have to say. Yeah. So it wouldn't be fair, but whose decision is it? Like like let's say, all right, you said everybody in the town, the farmer has all the food. Why should I share it with y'all? It's his food. He technically doesn't have to share it, but he's looking for somebody. He the farmer is a skinny man, you know, skinny and he's short. He's not that strong. Can't really defend his food. So he says, "Hey," to the policeman, "I will give you 1/8 of my grain if you protect this land." And to
Yeah,
the medic, "I'll give you."
that's
That's that.
basically what it was. And
Right.
when you own your own theater and you're choosing to only produce and show your own movies, and you're only leaving like one or two slots open for other people, it's about whoever chooses to pay you the highest.
Right. So, but the thing is, like, yeah,
Well,
maybe
that's
I'm
what
just not
well,
getting it.
yeah, that's what the new agreement. That was with the agreement. Before they didn't have to do that. They could just go middle fingers up to you. And if you are a another production company and you're not like signed to a big label, I still don't have to show your movie. Your movie's never gonna get shown. Ha 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 ha. How are you gonna get the money to even go on DVD?
mm.
So yeah, it was
so
just unfair to other people, to the little man, which is what America claims to care about, but we all know the truth about that.
the little man, bro. The little man is in America. The little man is non-existent. The little man is just like the meme where it was like a utopia on top and like all like the soldiers and stuff holding up the land.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. But what I'm hearing is all Google has to do is buy Paramount and they're set. Well, they're already set, but like they have to if they buy Paramount, it's over for everyone. Like everyone,
Oh yes,
everyone.
quite literally. Actually, they will have. I want to say every major
Every
movie
yeah, basically. Well,
other than Fox, which Disney has.
yeah, but what does Fox do? News
No,
on
Fox Studios. Fox Studios.
oh yeah,
20th
okay.
Century.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, true, but not recently though. Not recently.
Not recently, no. But then again, when was the last time you seen Paramount either?
Paramount I think wasn't no, that was Warner. Who owns Warner Brothers? Because Warner Brothers constantly putting out stuff. They just put out the Tom and Jerry movie, which sucked by the way. We're gonna do a movie podcast about that.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Did it really?
I
Yeah, it
think.
sucked.
Well, I just looked up Viacom, and Viacom owns Paramount. They own
Viacom, gotcha.
Comedy Central. They own BT.
hmm
I don't know if they own
So
what
Google
you're
buys
looking
Viacom.
for. They own Paramount Pictures and Paramount Network, actually, which is the movie studio and the actual company. They own Nickelodeon Animated Studio. They own DreamWorks Pictures.
Mm.
They
Gotcha.
own Epic.
Warner's
They own
Media is AT and
Nickelodeon.
T.
They
AT&T, yeah,
own.
okay, that's the other big one. AT&T is like
Nickelodeon.
the silent killer because nobody AT&T's oh yeah, the cell phone company. No, they own. They're like the Rockefellers. They're just sitting quietly. They just got all the money just building up. Like you know they're there, but you don't hear about them until
Because they don't know why.
until they do something new.
Cartoon Network. I know they don't CNN.
Bro, AT&T really they what they even started all because everybody knows them just for their cell phone network was and that just
Yeah.
disappeared because they're on going on to bigger things. So basically, is Google, AT&T, and Amazon, and Amazon is very new, is very in the works. The only way I can see Amazon changing is because they just changed who the CEO was. So that's gonna lead to a chain of changing out CEOs, new ideas, new inventions, and all these new conquests and stuff like that. Because if Jeff Bezos had all the idea making power, which he has his whole team, but whatever. When that power gets switches over to someone else, usually in a company, that leads to big changes. Because like especially if they try to improve their streaming platform, Amazon Prime is because it is not very good. Like they have a couple of things, but it's not very good at all. If they try to expand that, I think they could be on a path to compete with the bigger companies like Google and AT&T.
I just I've just never seen a more broken app than Instagram, man. The way the way it shuts down. They make a lot of errors
They do. They
constantly.
have a lot of bugs. After like restart my app like probably like every like 10 minutes if I'm on it.
It's it like this it can't even handle itself anymore.
Yeah,
Indubitably.
cool.
I guess it do be like this.
Okay.
Like, can y'all hear me or no?
Um
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah,
No, okay.
you were hearable, but amen, say man, it's just all gonna go back to mass media. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like Google is on the rise. They just I guess now have to get a hold of Viacom.
Cause yeah,
I mean, I suppose it's. Oh.
cause like in terms of like size and like what everyone owns, what how much influence and stuff like that. Facebook owns basically nothing. All they own is people's information.
Which,
But
hey,
that's the new gold mine, actually.
Yeah. No,
Data
no.
starting to
Google,
be.
bro. Google has people's information too. The whole
Google
20
does have people's.
the whole 23andMe thing. The whole like Google listen to your conversation and stuff like that. Like, especially 23andMe. They could literally clone us right now. We won't even know about it.
I don't know. I don't know who us is because I ain't do that
Yeah,
stupid
I
shit.
didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Oh boy. I was like, y'all just spitting in things and they gonna somehow tell you your whole history? Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, like yeah, because Google has because I heard that when I heard that Google had a hold on that, I was like, damn. So we really just trapped here, huh?
First of all, how you even gonna like if I didn't even fill out the slip, how would you know my name?
They hear in conversations, man.
Like, do they do like a background check based off of your last name and they just go, "Ah, hey, thanks for the spit sample, loser."
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, cause like hold up, that makes no sense.
Right. Think about it now.
How they get the DNA from your ancestors to trace it back to you?
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
like
Like,
people change their names all the time. Like my literally my great grandmother like she picked out her own name when she was a child because they didn't like I don't think they had like actual and like where she was from they didn't have like actual birth certificates and like she was born in 35. So for them
that's
to
something.
for them to like it literally makes no sense at all.
trying to be God. That's just not
Well, isn't
your
that the goal of
job.
humankind?
Yeah.
Stop trying to be God.
That's been
Let's
the
just
goal of
see.
humankind. Well, one of them. I think there's three main ones: survive, make everything easier, and be God. Those are the those are the big three.
Not gonna be God. We're gonna die to machines.
Oh yeah, we're either gonna die to machines and be slaves of Google. Cause
Well,
Well,
if
why?
we
I'm not
die to
gonna die to
machines,
machines, but my great 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 kid's gonna die to machines,
Yeah,
and phew, it's safe to be y'all.
peep that though. Wouldn't we then be the gods to the new ruling power?
well,
They'll
I'm just
overpower
trying.
Isn't
us
isn't
easy as fuck. What?
I'm
I'm
just
sorry,
trying.
Unless
what?
we make them, unless we make like unbulletproof robots.
How with polymers and plastic?
Right, I don't know, bruh. It's not very effective out in the rain either. So
We got waterproof stuff. We're doomed. We did this ourselves. And now we're just a generation with a bunch of depressed kids who get by on social media and internet, and then it was like, oh,
unless they
since everyone's on the
unless
internet,
they do what they did in Detroit and they got like that blue blood.
yeah.
But
Oh my god.
isn't it a like a saying that or like a legend each
The Legend of what?
that each I don't know what you call them. I'll just say generation kills the last generation off. To,
I don't know about kills.
not a thing.
I don't know about that. I think they just kind of die off of like natural causes and like lung cancer and like heart disease and all that.
Lung cancer. Well, I didn't necessarily mean like humans. I just meant things in general.
I'm trying. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like so, like if the new generation includes like cyborgs and all of that, are you trying to say like
But yeah.
are you trying to say like
Well, just
everything?
that too, but everything, like
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
like the video killed the radio star.
Right.
Got you. Yeah, yeah.
Blockbuster and Radio Shack are gone, and now we have like this
I miss
like that.
Blockbuster.
But I'm really mad now. That one podcast episode which you guys should listen to. You gotta figure out which one it is. Carson literally just he referenced Blockbuster like he been in one.
You haven't? Wait, you've never been in a
I've been in one.
Blockbuster?
I've only seen one Blockbuster in my entire life, and that was it used to be in the Bloomfield Plaza, like right across
Yeah,
from
exactly.
McDonald's.
That's the one I went to.
Yeah, because I didn't like grow up around there. I grew up in well, like when it was still there, I was in Irvington at the time.
Oh, yeah, dog. I felt sorry for you. That was good times right there. I tell you, I had this one Ben 10 game for the DS. Holy shit! He all day. I tell you.
Hmm.
But
But yeah,
Bro,
that's
I swear I saw a Rush Hour 4 in the Blockbuster, bro.
what?
I swear I did, bro. And to this day, I've been wondering, is Rush Hour 4 an actual thing? I don't think so, but
No, it's not.
I saw one.
But
man said I seen one.
I did, bro. Seriously.
I know. I don't doubt your story. I just
They had all of them just like lined up, like in the spinny things with all the spinny racks.
Mandela
yeah,
effect,
yeah.
bro. You should have watched it while you had the chance.
For
He could have the only one to watch it. They accidentally released it.
for that's another thing. We should do a podcast on the Mandela.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Um.
Like, how y'all just gonna think Mandela died? Whatever year y'all thought he
Wait.
died,
Why is it named after?
because everybody
Because
thought
they
Mandela
thought,
died.
yeah, they thought he died
Oh,
in prison.
damn. It'd be like that.
So
The world,
it got
yeah,
named after him, and it was like a well thought thing. So the thing got named after the phenomenon of multiple people thinking something was true, but it was actually false,
Mm,
yeah.
interesting.
which is what the term actually means. But now it just relates to things that people like remember being one way, but have changed.
Got you. Got you.
Good concept. Like a fact.
Yeah, that's a pretty good concept. That's a pretty good concept.
Luke, I am
Doesn't
your father. He never
d
said that.
doesn't make for good movies though. No, he didn't. He didn't say that. The Monopoly guy doesn't have a monocle either.
No, he does not.
He would look good with one though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true.
100%.
But I guess maybe I was thinking of Mr. Peanut.
Or the
Probably.
or the Pringles guy. The Pringles guy also doesn't have a monocle, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Nah.
Yeah, I got.
He doesn't have a bow tie though either.
That's a mustache. Wait, the Pringles guy doesn't have a bow tie.
No.
I see now. Hold up, bro.
He has a mustache and like curly hair. He doesn't have a bow tie though.
Curly hair. Oh yeah, he does.
Yes, he does have a bow tie. What are you talking about? It depends on which version you're looking at, but he has a bow tie. You're trying to play.
There's multiple versions.
That's the problem, right?
He has a bow tie though.
You know what? Actually, I got a can of Pringles in my house.
The older ones, some of the older ones don't have a bow tie, but he has a bow tie.
I'll let you know right now. This is a brand new one. Oh, he does. I mean, I was only saying
He
it
does
to
not
mess
have a
with you anyway, but
That's what they all
yeah.
say.
And the newer ones, he doesn't have hair now, though. That's
He's
that's a
showing signs of
difference.
they're aging him. They're marketing
They're
team.
gonna like baby nut him, bro.
Their marketing team is amazing.
They're gonna baby nut him.
Oh man. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but yeah, I think that's it for today's podcast. This week's podcast. You should probably check out all the other podcasts we have if you want to. You can check us out on Spotify, YouTube, all the Apple Podcasts, etc. All the other podcast platforms that you know of. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like it, share it, subscribe, comment down below or whatever. If you're
Show it to your mom.
yeah,
Give it to your cousin. Just reblog it on Tumblr.
yeah.
Post it on your MySpace account. Just do whatever, man. Everything's in the description as always if you're watching on YouTube.
It's probably not.
Or actually anywhere, it's pretty much usually in the description. There is a description.
I mean, it's a description, but like, you're claiming things that are not true. Yeah, I mean, unless you want me to put more information there, what should I put in the description?
Just all the information, to the socials.
Yeah,
Where they can find us. Maybe be a little bit more specific. If you are trying to find us on YouTube, make sure when you look up the last podcast, you filter channels. And you look for the nice colorful one that's like blue and green. Yes. Very similar to our Instagram logo.
Yes,
because you will only see the last podcast on the left, and that is not us. We don't talk about political views here. All right, that's it for the podcast. That's Brooks.
Yeah,
I'm Terrence.
Yeah, if you enjoyed it, thank you. If you listened all the way through, thank you. And all other stuff. All right, bye.
Get out of here,
bro. Curious George never had a tail.